Well, welcome the COVID class of 2021. I'm sorry that I feel really bad and anybody else in my age group because, our senior years were probably the best of our lives because of the proms, the senior nights, the football games, things like that. So I'm sorry that you have to experience the restrictions. Hopefully they get lifted soon. All right. So we're not going to have a parent night because the base doesn't want all the people in the building. So this is what I'm going to present to you. I'm going to present to your parents on a Google Meet on Thursday night, and we're going to go over the DODEA College and Career Readiness Guide and some different little things on Counselor's Corner. But for you, I want you to have this information because I've been dealing with a lot of you with the early action and early decision. Your October 15th, November 1st, December 1st deadlines. We have 20 or 30 of those students right now in that process. The rest of you are going to be doing the rolling decisions and the year-long decisions. So this is information you really need. Now the 20 or 30 that I've helped individually, because we haven't had this presentation yet, and I haven't talked to your parents yet. So you need to teach your parents about this presentation because they have no idea. All right, college has changed since they went to college. So you guys can teach them about this. So making it to graduation. None of you have senioritis yet. I'm getting a lot of requests for drops of AP courses and virtual courses. It's understandable. If you are really having trouble with the virtual courses, please let me know. We can try to work something out, but don't just tank the course. Come and see me, talk to some of the teachers here, we'll get you through it. But you've got to make it through to graduation. Your grade speed, everybody should have access to the grade speed. Who has not signed up for the ACT or ACT yet? Okay, the forums are available in our office. It's also on the Counselor's Corner on the PantherNet. All right, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about the senior planning calendar. We'll go into Choices 360, and then we'll talk about some scholarships and career planning guides. So, like I told you, I haven't had many of you since you were freshmen to sophomores, like maybe 30% of you. But you do not need to go to a top 10 competitive four-year university to be successful. Don't let anybody tell you that you can't be successful without college. You can be, all right? There's many paths you can take. A lot of parents want you in that four-year university, and that's fine. But there are a lot of avenues to take. You can go into the world of work, you can go to technical schools, community schools, and then you can go into a four-year university if you really want to. I've already had a couple early enlistments. Some people are already committed. So the military is another way, but your parents are the expert on the military. Everybody knows that going to a four-year school has a lot of advantages. A lot of them are like the sports, the community, as compared to the two-year, where you don't have a lot of the extracurriculars, you don't have a lot of the sports, it's cheaper. But if you go to a two-year, if you're not ready to commit to a major, the first 2 years of your college, if you're going to go for a four-year degree, are just the basic. It's just like high school. Math, science, English, history, PE, you've got to do all those again. That's your first 2 years. Now, if you're going to go to a technical school, you're going to get some more technical courses. But the majority of the 4 years are going to be just a repeat of high school for the first 2 years. So please consider going to a two-year university or college before you go to a four-year, especially if there's a financial issue. You're not quite sure what you want to do yet. You don't have a career in mind. You don't have a major in mind. All right, so think about those 2 years. Okay. Military, if you join the military, obviously you get experience right away. You have to do the commitment, but you're going to be applying to college hopefully after the military or during the military. Your parents can really talk to you about that, but if you really want to get a leg up on the job market and experience, if you're in the military and then you get out after 4 years, you're already a professional and you already have an advantage over those kids that just got out of college and didn't do the military experience. All right, I know a lot of your parents have the post 9/11 GI Bill. Take full advantage of that, and if it's yellow ribbon, take full advantage of that. We'll get into that in a little later. 10 steps. Everybody has started their college search process, yes? No, right? No. Oh, we will, don't worry, you will. Okay, There are a lot of, everybody has a planner that we gave you at the beginning of the year. You have to use the planner. You can't just go through the senior year and not use your planner. There are deadlines, there are benchmarks, there are goals you have to meet as you go along, okay? Survive throughout your senior year, but you gotta use your planner. Right. Match aptitudes and career goals with schools and programs. The choice is 360. We did a lot of that over the past 2 years. The plans of study, your 4-year plans. We did your career interest inventories, your personality inventories. Started exploring careers, colleges. We're gonna really start to get into that after November. You're gonna have to finish up your portfolios in the Choices 360. And it's a comprehensive program, that Choices 360. Everything you need to know for college is in that program. So we're really gonna focus heavily on that. Your parents can create an account. Okay, I'll tell them how to set it up on Thursday if they haven't done so already. All right. Your senior year, I've had a lot of kids, young adults, sign up for really super rigorous, demanding course load, only to have you guys drop the courses. So, colleges, don't drop your AP courses. Colleges really look at your senior year. They can tell if you took fluff courses. I'm a certified college admissions officer, counselor. I will look for AP courses, rigorous courses, demanding courses. If I see a bunch of fluff, you're not competitive. Even if you get a 4.0 with a bunch of fluffy courses, it's not going to help you. You have to stay in those courses if you really want to be competitive. All right? Your graduation requirements, you're meeting those, but those are the minimum graduation requirements. They don't want to see minimum. They really want to see you excel past the minimum requirement. So that's why if you only need 2 or 3 credits to graduate, you're still going to take the full 7 credits just to show that college that you're taking courses. Okay? Hopefully they're demanding. Can't stress that enough. SAT, ACT, like I said, the sign up, we have forms in the counseling office. It's also on the counselor's corner on the PantherNet. We're a secret site, so you can't just go to the SAT website or ACT website. You have to get that form from us. We have secret codes because we have a lot of mainland and Chinese and Korean students try to take the test with us. So we don't publish it, but you can get it through us or through the PantherNet. Okay? I would start registering for it now. Don't wait. Who knows what this COVID thing is going to do? We may have another outbreak. They may cancel them. So while they're available right now, register to take them. Okay. Your entrance exams, you can really look through the SAT. If you go to the SAT website and work in the Khan Academy, the breakdown is there for the critical reading, math, and writing. It's pretty even. The ACT, it's comparable, but it's a little different. You see the quarters, 25%, English, math, reading, science, an optional writing test. The highest score you can get on the ACT is a 36, and the SAT is a 1600. All right. Here's the comparisons. I know one student, I can't say who, but they pretty much got the 36 and the 1600. So hats off to them. Okay. Me, I was down at the 11 and the 500 a couple of times until, just keep taking the test. If you don't like your score, keep taking it. Okay. College Board, ACT, Peterson's. The only thing we can really recommend is the Khan Academy for the SAT. Peterson's, they help with both, and then the ACT, you can go to their website and it has a comparable to the Khan Academy on there. All right. We're really going to get into this in the Choices 360, where you're going to pick 2 colleges for your reach that maybe you can try to get those, 2 for your match or they're a target school, and then 2 for safety. But we're going to research, and you're going to have at least those 5 or 6 colleges, and this is the information that you're going to have in your Choices 360. Okay, we're going to go over all those. College night, obviously we're not having a college night, but you can, on November 7th, the Pacific East, which is the mainland schools, they're going to have a virtual college fair. We're sending that information in the newsletter this Friday to your parents, so November 7th. So you can still reach and discuss and get information on all the colleges. So sorry we couldn't have it at Kubasaki this year. We're holding out to the last minute to get it, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. All right. Here's the breakdown of the schools we're going to establish in the Choices 360. Your demographics. This is what you're going to work on with Mr. Barker and Ms. McKinney. If you haven't done this last year already in Language Arts 11 or AP Lang, these are the things you're going to be working on. All right, your essays, right? You're going to go ahead and you're going to formulate those. Letters of recommendation, I'll write those, but you've also got to get 2 more people. Hopefully your language arts teacher or another teacher that knows you really well. Okay? This is all going to be in your Choices 360. The recommendation, I have a worksheet. I can't just, if you don't give me anything to write anything about you, I'll just give you a basic recommendation, which is not what you want. Okay, give me your resume that you already worked on last year or you're working on this year, or pick up the letter of recommendation worksheet for me, because I really want to get you every point you put in that resume or that worksheet, I will make sure to put in your letter of recommendation. So make it thorough. I had some parents say they didn't want to fill out the letter of recommendation worksheet because it was too much, so they just got a bare bones recommendation. So whatever you want me to put in that letter of recommendation, I'll do it. So whatever, tailor it to each specific college, and I can send out several. This is part of the association that all your counselors belong to. This really establishes the importance, considerate, moderate, limited, are the criteria. Grades in the college prep classes, those are your AP and honors courses. That's why you don't drop your AP courses. We got 81%, very important for your admissions. Test scores, okay? For those of you who aren't good test takers, 50% only think it's a considerate. Okay. Essay or writing 18. Counselor recommendation, I'm down at 20. They key on words that I write in your letters of recommendation, but the point is your grades is what the college is going to look at. Everything else is less important, okay? So don't get senioritis, don't blow off grades. Okay, this is your chance to get these straight A's. Okay. Financial aid. I've already started on a FAFSA with a bunch of students. Your parents can start doing this October 1st. So I know a lot of parents have already done this. This is something you have to do in order to submit your applications for colleges. This is it's a free application for federal student aid. But you can't just jump into the program. You have to establish an FSA ID first, and that takes a few days. You have to email back and forth with them, get your ID, and then you can start. A lot of people get hung up, I know like Noel and a couple other people got held up with how you enter Kadena High School. It's Kadena High School, APO, foreign country. And it's going to give you an error message, but it's okay. You're just going to hit next, and it's going to take you to the next screen. The FAFSA doesn't care about Kadena High School. They're looking at your parents' taxes and things. They really don't care where you go to high school, as long as you have something in there. So Kadena High School, APO, and then foreign country. Even though we're not really in a foreign country where I'm based, but for the FAFSA, it's foreign country. All right. All right. Senior year, this is where you're going to use your calendar. Okay? Please use a calendar. Graduation. We don't have a lot of these clubs anymore because of the restrictions, but make sure you put down extracurriculars. All right, this is for your letter of recommendation. Any athletes going to play sports in college? You have to apply through the NCAA. You go to their portal. We'll talk about this with your parents. You have to do this in order to do college sports. You can't just jump on and walk onto a field without doing the NCAA requirements. Okay? It's for eligibility. Okay? It's the NCAA clearinghouse. Okay? With your parents, like I said, you're going to teach your parents about this. The college has totally changed since they went. All right? You still got to listen to your parents, but teach them about this. We've already done a lot of this. The first day, September 21st, when you guys came back, I gave you your transcripts, your graduation status reports. You have everything you need to graduate if you don't keep dropping courses, okay? Yeah. Look at your deadlines. This winter in November, a lot of you are going to start applying next month. A lot of you, okay? There's November 1st is the big day where people announce where they get into college, but then we could do the rolling admissions the rest of the year, but you should start applying in November. Okay, this is where just March and May, it's almost getting too late to apply for college. Okay, so you're gonna review everything you have, the scholarships. We have thousands of scholarships on the Counselor's Corner, thousands. There's no reason everybody can't get a scholarship. Get ready for your AP exams. I'm the AP coordinator. If you have worries about your AP exams, let me know. We can work through those. Okay. Right now, your applications had the end of your junior year. Those were the grades that went to for those who applied early to college. Right? ACT scores, you have to send those on your own. Okay? Represent yourself well. This Facebook thing, the social media, your colleges will look at your social media accounts. Don't do anything silly on your social media because it's public content. Okay? Anything you put on social media can and will be used against you by a college, especially if they're giving you grant money. Okay. All right. The Choices 360, we already did the career and personality inventory. Don't worry about if you're undecided. We have a lot of students that, I mean, every one of my friends in college changed their major at least twice. So don't worry about if you're undecided. You can declare, you can go matriculated into college, you can go unmatriculated, you can change your major several times. You may have to make up some courses, but we'll get to that point with the Choices 360 and trying to declare a major. And everybody knows the Choices 360. Comprehensive, inclusive, intuitive. Okay, everything you need. Everybody remember this page? Okay, make a plan. Like I said, there's no just one way into adulthood. It's not just a four-year university. Trade schools, they don't get talked about enough, but I have a lot of knowledge about trade schools and vocational schools if you want to go that route. These are the 5 tabs. We stopped with the plan of study, the high school planning timeline before we went to virtual. This college planning tab at the top, this is where we're actually going to pick up again. Okay. The portfolio, hopefully we'll have everything finished by spring break. That's your parents, they can have their account. Your recommendation and request form, like I said, see me. All right, it's not just bullets and your accomplishments. I want your letters of recommendation to stand out. You know, if you've had difficulties or you overcame obstacles, like I said, whatever you put in there, I'll put in your letter of recommendation. So here's the technical breakdown. Early decision. We've had a couple early decisions, I think, already. This is binding. So once you do this and you get accepted to a college and it's an early decision, you have to pull all of your other applications out and you can't accept anymore. If you don't, there's going to be problems. Okay, you may not actually get admitted to your college. So that's be very cautious if you're using early decision. Early action, it's usually non-binding. The regular decision, like I said, that's later in the year, rolling admissions. You could do delayed admissions, maybe take a gap year if you want. Application, a lot of students are already using Common App. California uses the UC app, Coalition, there's Send EDU. Once you go onto the college admissions page, it's going to show you how to apply. If you can use the Common App or Send EDU or Coalition, use those. Those are much easier than using snail mail. You're going to get the official letters of recommendation from me to teachers, official transcripts from me and the registrar and Ms. Jones. No inappropriate references, don't be negative. If this is your essay, but this is what you're going to work on with your with your language arts teacher. Mr. Barker and Ms. McKinney are excellent at this. So I know some students didn't want to take LA 12, but I really kind of forced a lot of people in there because she does an excellent job with your college essays. All right. FAFSA, like I said, FAFSA is, you have to do the FAFSA. There's no way around it. It stands for free application for federal student aid. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, but you have to do it. Military path, the ASVAB is that next week? Yeah. So it's tomorrow. Well, time flies. So the other one's in April, all right? But we used to have 50 students at a time sit for the ASVAB, but now it's down to 20 because of COVID. So make sure if you miss tomorrow's and if you miss April's, you have to talk to that Army liaison who does the ASVAB. Okay, your parents have to talk to them. Maybe they can arrange something for you. But this gives you a really nice report back. We've had several students, like I said, they have already committed. They've already taken it. Vocational training, like I said, it's not just a 4-year university. The service academies, we've already filled out applications for Air Force Academy, Naval Academy. Haven't had any West Points yet. That's Army. The Merchant Marine Academy, I haven't filled out one of those yet this year, and the Coast Guard Academy. So we'll get into that. Stay on track, like I said, don't get senioritis, stay out of trouble. Okay. Any questions? No? Okay. You guys have fun.